vacation. I did some travel, went to New York, went to New Jersey, went to Long Island, even had a stop in Phoenix. Only like 45 minutes, but hey, it's still another state. So how many states is that? That's like 4 states in 3 weeks, plus went to Santa Barbara and got a head cold and felt like crap, but I'm back! And today we have something special. We are doing something for the Super Bowl, and this is a collab. This is a Game Day collab 2020 with Kitchen Queers and a whole bunch of other people doing collabs together. So Game Day collab. Check it out. I got it right here. Got to pick it up carefully. So I want to show you what we're going to make today. Boom! Delicious Dagwood meatloaf looking sandwiches. Look at all those eyeballs looking at you. Ooh, it's like lost in space. Okay, guys, we're going to be making this. This is a meatloaf sandwich with some tomato slices, mayonnaise, and of course making it kind of Dagwood style with the big stick and some goodies on top to cut the grease of the meatloaf, because that's just how meatloaf is. You can make these hot or cold, and I'm tired of holding it and tired of talking about it behind you. So, all right, so you're going to need a couple things today that you can use as optional, I guess. So we're going to be using 2 of these. These are bunt pans. If you don't have a bunt pan, you can make it in any kind of pan you want. You can even make it a loaf, whatever. This is the $50 version, and this is the $10 version. They will both work fine. Our final product is actually coming from this one, and I'm using this as a backup for dinner tonight. Hey! All right, you guys. So check it out. I just want to show you one more time because I'm feeling really proud about these sandwiches, and then we'll get started. Oh, check out the eyeballs. I love it. All right, you guys. Let's get started. Boom! Okay, you guys, so the first thing I've got here in the bowl is I've got 3 pounds of ground beef and I've got 3 pounds of ground turkey just in there, and you can see the juices are starting to flow out of there. I'm just going to set this aside and we'll show you what to do with this, but we're going to chop up all the vegetables in the food processor and we'll just put them straight in here, but I just wanted to show you what the meat looked like in here first. All right, you don't have to have a food processor. It does make your life a little bit easier. Just showing you because I have it here. It's quick and easy for me. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do the carrots first. So you saw we chopped up those. I'm just going to put them in here. And then we're just going to give this a quick buzz. Want to make them pretty small, but not paste. So that's all I'm going to do here. We'll just pop the lid on. So I'm just pulsing these to make them small. you can see, just like that, we have super small carrots. So they're gonna cook nice and fast. That's what we want. I'm gonna dump these in the bowl and we'll be back for the onions. Again, you can chop them by hand. Okay, now I do like the onions to be almost paste. So there you go, you can see that. And now I'm gonna dump in the mushrooms. You probably have to do a little bit at a time. All right, so we got the mushrooms mushed up. Now, these ones are pretty mushy, and I want that because we're gonna cook them down anyway. So it's just gonna give a nice mushroom flavor and a nice moistness, but it's not gonna be mushroomy on the outside. All right, one more time with the last of the mushrooms. Now, I am reserving one mushroom. You know what? I'm going to reserve 2 mushrooms. So we're going to keep 2 of them out. We're going to be for garnishes, and I'll show you why. All right, let's put the rest of these in here. And these ones, I don't think I'll make quite as small. So let me try breaking them up just a little bit. And we're good to go. Put this back over here so you guys can see. See in there? Yes, you can. All right. So let's get the last of our mushrooms out. You're wondering why I'm using the back of the spoon? It's just because it fits in the bowl better. Gets this bowl, the blending bowl. So we got some chunks in there so you guys can actually see the mushrooms. Okay. Everybody out of the potty. All right, we've got all of our vegetables and our mushrooms, which are going to keep it nice and moist. Now I'm going to add some eggs, and that's just going to be for a nice binding. It's going to help to keep it together. This is basically a sausage, and so you need something to hold it together. And since we're not using any grains in this one, congratulations, ovo, lacto, no, not lacto, gluto, there we go, gluto, people. There's no gluten in this. So that's good for you guys. You can put oatmeal, you can put flour, you can do whatever. But I'm just using eggs as a binder. Then we're gonna start going with our spice blend here. Now I'm making this up, but I will put the recipe down below so you guys can see that. So let's go for some parsley. So I'm measuring so I know how much to tell you guys. So there's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, let's call it 3 tablespoons of parsley. Also gonna put some black pepper. I have this ground. You could do it fresh ground if you want to, but I find this is easier when I'm cooking fast. So let's do 1.5 tablespoons. No, let's do 2 tablespoons of that. That's black pepper. And I'm going to guess on the salt, so I'm going to say about 4 teaspoons of salt. Nah, let's do, so 2 tablespoons of salt. So there's that. And then I've got some smoked paprika. I love this stuff. Oh, it smells so nice. Gives everything a nice smoky flavor. So let's do 1, 2, let's do 3 of those. Then I've got some sriracha. This is optional. You don't have to put this, but I love having a little spice and things. So I'm going to say 2 tablespoons of that. Okay guys, I just cleaned out the sink and put this down here so that you can see it a little bit easier. And what beautiful colors are those. I just love the color of the spices. So, all right, so I'm just gonna do this with my hand. You can do it with a spoon if you want, but this is so much easier. So I'm just gonna break up the meat first of all. You can really feel the beef. And then you got this mushroom. Now remember, the reason we keep putting the mushroom in here, and I keep saying it, is it has a really nice lightness to the meatloaf. There's nothing worse, in my opinion, than really dense meatloaf that is kind of hard to eat. And we're going to be making sandwiches with this as well, so we want a nice lunch meat kind of. Go ahead and just use your fingers and break up stuff easily. Breaking up the meat. See a nice red color from the paprika. I want to make sure we get those eggs mixed in well because that's what's going to bind this all together. All right, I think we're pretty mixed. I mean, you guys see, that's pretty darn fast. Look at that. All right, so let me just move that over. As long as I'm going here, might as well just fill my bunt. I think you guys can see. Let me move back a little bit the camera. Is that better? There you go. Now you can just see. I'm just going to take some scoops of this and first drop it carefully on the mushrooms so they stay in place. Like so. Like so. Then you can get crazy. Trying to keep it clean. Now you want to make sure you leave a little room at the top because I'm pretty sure that fat is going to come out of the beef, and we want to be able to have a little bit of a moat for that. Just a bit more. Again, remember we are making a sausage. I want to have it pretty full, just not too full, and get that. All right, I'll get my other clean hand in here. And I'm going to drop this to try to get the air out. Just to make sure. And now we've got our other one. And the same process. This one we're calling dinner tonight. I think we portioned this about right. Get it all. Get it all. There we go. Okay, you guys, I got both of them here. Let's do one at a time here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around here and I'm just going to make sure that I get all the little bits off of here just so it doesn't burn. I also want to make a little bit of a moat. So you can see I'm just poking that down a little bit, trying to get all the pieces of meat in there so we don't get anything burnt. Give it a little smoothness. Just final touches, just because I like to make it nice. Again. Looks pretty good. All right, let's do the other one. There we go. All right. Okay, so here's a crucial part of this. I like to cook things with a probe. That way I know that they are done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the probe down right into the middle of the meatloaf. And then I have a timer here, which I use. And I'm going to set it for the poultry setting. Now, this is beef and it is turkey. So I'm a little concerned that the turkey is not going to be done all the way. So I want to make sure that the turkey is done. So let's see, trying to change the meat on here, change it to turkey, so 180. And then I just plug this little guy in. Where is the hole? Here he is. Put him over here. And then it's going to give us a temperature reading, and it says that currently it is 67 degrees. So we have a little ways to go on this. So I'm going to pop this in the oven. I just turned the oven on to 350, and I'm guessing it's going to take about an hour and 20 minutes, because this is pretty thick. But the great thing about using the bunt is it has the piece in the middle, so it's actually cooking from both sides at the same time. So I'll let you know how long this takes to get us up to 180 degrees. We're going to pull it out at 175 because there's going to be some carryover. So, all right, let me just pop this in the oven. All right, we're ready to go. Oven's on, and we'll see you in a little bit. All right, you guys, just doing a little check-in. It has been almost an hour, and we are up to 127 degrees on our way. Let's take a little peeky poo. It's not a cake, it's not gonna fall. Yeah, it's cooking away, so we're doing well. Boop. All right, you guys, you can see at 180, we're at 176. I think that's pretty good. We're gonna let a little carryover happen. So let's take these out of the oven. How about those, huh? Whoa. Oh, it looks pretty good. All right, so let's turn this off with my mitts. Stop it. All right, look at that. Looks really good. You can see it kind of floating in there. Make sure you guys can see that. Can you see that? You can see that. It's floating in there. There's 1 and 2. All right, you guys. So check it out. I got a little impatient waiting for this, but it's been cooling down for about 20 minutes. I drained off any extra juices and water it had just because we don't want to have soggy sandwiches when we're going to get up to this. But I wanted to do this tonight. I wanted to flip it and check out our design to see how it looks on the other side, and then we'll put it in the fridge for overnight. So, all right, let's get to it. Let's just pop it. Let's just pop it and lock it. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you may be saying, but Robert, that looks a little anemic. And I may say, yes, it does, but I'm not worried. Our mushrooms aren't showing that much. And honestly, this is not really what we're going to display today. So we could put some ketchup. We could rebake it. We could do all the kind of stuff that people do to meatloaf to make it look tasty and good. But honestly, this is just a mold so we can make slices for our sandwiches. So just remember that. It is cooked through. I'm happy it came out in one piece. I can't really see the decorations of the mushrooms. They are there, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so you could serve it like this, fancy it up, put some stuff on it. But we're going to be making sandwiches. So let me say it one more time. Making sandwiches. All right, I'm going to let this cool down overnight, and then we'll make nice slices tomorrow. So we'll see you. Boop. Okay, you guys, it's the next morning. You can see everything is bright and shiny. Wah! And so what I've got here is a couple of vine-ripe tomatoes. Everybody loves tomatoes. Well, not everybody, but I do. Anyway, so I'm just going to give these a quick wash here. We'll take them off the stem. Washy. Probably don't need to dry them, but, you know, that's just me. Okay, so we've got our tomatoes. So now I'm just going to move this over a little bit so you guys can see better. There. Okay, so I'm just going to make these into nice slices. I'm not too worried about the butt on these, the stem area, because they're going to be pretty small. So I'm just going to cut these into about 1/4 inch slices. I like to use a serrated knife. All right, we can set these aside. Just put them up here. Okay, you guys, check this out. So here is our meatloaf that we made yesterday. It has been in the fridge chilling overnight, and it's not the sexiest thing, but remember, we're basically making lunch meat with this. Okay, so I don't want to make too thick of slices because these are going to be sandwiches. Just let me show you. We're going to be using some ciabatta style buns. These are from Costco. And so we're going to be not too thick, so maybe, you know, oh, that's nice. It's got a nice cut to it. So let's try to make them square. So we don't necessarily have to go to the proportion of the, or in the direction of the bunt, but maybe just over 1/4 inch thick. I think it'd be good. So a slice like that. Make a couple slices. Oh, that one's got a little bit thick. One like that. And another one like so. Okay, I think we got enough slices here so we can see what these are going to look like. Now, the reason we chill it overnight is it makes it really easy to slice. Look at that. So it's a nice piece of meat to put into the sandwich. Okay, let's do some assembly. All right, here's our ciabattas. I get these at Costco. You can use whatever kind of bun you like. I love these. I love the taste of them. I like the size of them. They're like this. They come sort of sliced, so you just kind of pop them apart like that. And then when you put them in the toaster, it makes a really nice sandwich. So let's get 3 of these. I'm going to do 3 sandwiches for you today. They're all going to be the same, but since we are making a kind of an appetizer platter, I thought I'd go for that. And just want to pop these all open like so. Okay, let me pop these in the toaster and we'll be right back. So while those are toasting, I thought I would show you. I'm going to be using some baby gherkins as a garnish on here. They're just little pickles and I love them. They're delicious and they're going to look really fun on the sandwich. I also have some Spanish olives, which are going to go on there as well, kind of making a Dagwood looking sandwich. I love these olives and I think it would look nice as a garnish as well. All right, so I'm not sure about your house, but our house is a constant question of Lightly toasted or darkly toasted? I prefer a little bit more heavy toast. The raccoon likes a little bit lighter toast. And you're probably wondering, where's the third one? It's still in the toaster because I only got 4 slots. So here's what I'm going to do to dress this. I'm going to do it really simply. I'm going to do some mayonnaise. And that's about it because we're going to have the pickle flavor. The mushroom and meat is already on the meatloaf. Now, here comes a question too. You could also heat the meatloaf back up if you prefer it that way. I like cold meatloaf sandwiches. If that is not your preference, then do it how you like it. I'm not going to get too crazy on the mayonnaise here. I just like it to give it some moisture. And oh, by the way, I'm using Best Foods. This is just not sponsored, just my favorite kind. And it goes really well with the tomatoes. I very much like the tomatoes and the taste of the Best Foods. All right. And our final one out is hot and out of the toaster. And what is that? That's toaster treats. Yay. All right. So let's see. Get the last one here. Get the mayo going. If you like other things on yours, you could put mustard. You could put ketchup if you're crazy. You know, do you. Do how you do. You know your friends, you know your family. All right, there we go. So now, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we'll put the meatloaf on first. Boop. And another slice here. How nice does that look? And it fits really well, I think. And a third one. So let's get some tomatoes going. So I was just thinking about this, and I think I might slice the tomatoes in half just to have them go on the sandwich easier. So if I'm going to have these in half, I'm going to put it like this. That way they all fit on here a little bit easier than something round. There we go. And we'll put this in the direction the cut goes that way. Boom. And let's do a couple more. Should have done this before, didn't think about it. Hashtag don't care. All right, let's get this on here, looking pretty, looking snazzy. Now, if you don't like tomatoes, you don't have to put tomatoes. If you like lettuce, you could put some lettuce. Let us pray. Pray do. Okay. There we go. Tomatoes, assemblage, united, we stand. All right, and we're going to pop the tops on real quick. All of them go in the right direction. Okay, got our sandwiches made. Now, here's where we're going to get fancy. Are you ready? Are you ready? Just so you guys can see and make a nice Instagram. All right, check this out. I've got a whole party pack of different kinds of skewers. I've got umbrellas and skewers and things like that. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set these down. I'm going to push these out of the way. And now's the part when we get crazy. So I'm going to take a couple olives. Pick some nice ones so it looks good for you guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be the classic Tom and Jerry sandwich looking thing here. And a few gherkins. Wow, look, just like that, 6. All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to take my party picks, boom, and put them through the gherkin and then through the olive. 1, and the last one. All right, how classic does that look? All right, so I'm going to slide these down a little bit and probably give it enough to go into the sandwich. Then we're just going to take the sandwich and pop that in. I guess I made a little too many, but that's okay. And pop that in. And repeat. Well, that one's split, so we'll set them aside. And the pickle's a little small. And last but not least, Boom. There you go. You can see those are all put together. Doing it for the gram. Okay, so then finally, our final step would just be to slice these in half. Do it carefully. Try to keep everything intact. Tomatoes, meatloaf, sandwich, party picks, all of it. And that way, look at that sandwich. Looking good already. Oh, you guys, I'm so excited by this. It's got all my favorite things. I love tomatoes and mayonnaise sandwiches. I love meatloaf. I love pickles. I love olives. I've got it all in here. All right, so let's do the big reveal. Bum, bum. Look at that. How good does that look? I'm very excited by this, you guys. I think your friends and family on game day will be very excited. All right, let me get another board and we'll assemble this so that we have some beauty shots for the internets and we'll show you the final. All right, come right back. Okay, guys, I have a nice little board here for serving this. This is from my friend Bob Wilson. Bob Wilson, if you're watching, thank you very much. It's from the Santa Barbara Cutting Board Company. It's a nice surfboard-shaped sandwich board or whatever you want to make it. And so I'm just going to do a little assembly on here. I think these look really, really good. Just do a little staggered action so people can see what's in them. Hey, what's in those sandwiches? Well, that's meatloaf. And then we can do a final one here. Maybe scoot them down just a touch. Look at that. How proud would you be to serve this at your party? Let's just take a look inside just so you guys can see up close. Focus. So we have the meatloaf, we have the tomato, we have the mayo layer, of course the toasted ciabatta. We have the classic olive with the pimento, making it look like a Dagwood with the little gherkin on there. And you know what it is? It is a moment you've been waiting for. Woo! All right, you guys. So check it out. Got my sandwich here. I'm going to pull out the pick just because I don't want to pick myself in the eye. But I love an olive. I love a gherkin pickle. And go for that in just a moment. But in the meantime, just to review, our meatloaf, which is cold. I like mine cold. If you don't like yours cold, heat it up. Tomato and mayonnaise. Simple, simple on a nice ciabatta bread. All right, let's give it a little bite here. A bearded man's hell of a sandwich. To quote the raccoon, Guys, that is delicious. If you like lunch meat, you're gonna love cold meatloaf. If you've never had it before, try it. You just might find it's your new thing. It slices so nicely. Basically, it's just a sausage. I'm gonna have another bite. That'll look good on the camera. Okay, so let me tell you, that mushroom really comes through. It keeps the meatloaf nice and moist. It doesn't have any grain products in it, so it's an issue for you. And let's see if I can show you. You can't see the egg. The egg is just mixed in there. It's just part of the whole deal. And God, it's good. That mushroom is really great. The carrots just go away, and then it kind of becomes a big sausage thing where everything just tastes as one. It's really delicious. I don't know what else to tell you about this. By the way, I'm Robert Jones, in case you didn't know. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm excited to have you guys here. Also known as your Everyday Santa, because I have such a common name, you can search your Everyday Santa. Super easy to find me that way. I hope you enjoyed this video, learning how to make the meatloaf sandwiches for game day on the Game Day collab. And I'd love to have you subscribe and come back for more. Of course, if you want notifications, you know YouTube, hit the bell, do all the things, blah, 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 blah. All right. Hope you enjoyed this, and happy Super Bowl. Take care, you guys. Bye.